Beauty maintenance fatigue is such a real thing. Now, don't get me wrong, I am all for taking time to do the self-care, the nails, the lashes, the eyebrow lamination, the hair appointments, the pedi, manis, all of those things, I'm all for it. It's just so unfortunate how much time we get taken away from our days as women because we need to look presentable, because pretty privilege is a thing, and because the way we look or don't look can have such a strong impact on the trajectory of our lives. I just sometimes wonder as women how much more productive we would be doing other things if we just had more time to do other things and we didn't need to spend as much time on beauty maintenance. Sometimes it's just so exhausting, but you can't stop it because you know the cost to not maintaining yourself as a woman. And it's just so interesting. And then we can get into the costs of things and how being a woman is just more expensive. And in this day and age, men are asking to go 50-50. Like, what? There's a lot that goes into being a woman. The cost of being a woman has a very long itemized list. The cost of being a woman is so expensive that nobody should even dare entertain the thought of 50-50. When you think about how much more women have to do just to get a decent quality of life, we need to get more education. We need to have more experience in the workforce. We need to look more aesthetically pleasing. We have to invest more money because the cost of feminine products are significantly higher than masculine products that are the equivalent. We need to spend more time getting ourselves put together in terms of looks, maintenance, hygiene, beauty. All of the things associated with being a woman is it is expensive. And when you cannot pay the price of being a woman, it costs you in other ways, being excluded from a lot of spaces, opportunities, social interactions. And it just baffles me how some people in this day and let me not say in this day and age, let me say in this Western context these days, want to be barking about 50-50. The cost is not the same. And when we talk about motherhood now, the cost associated with being a mother, your body, your mental health, all the physiological changes that you won't even know ahead of time because each woman's body is a case-by-case basis. And so pregnancy is a whole process of seeing how well you adjust to having this blessing inside of you and then how well you do postpartum. And that is just, you can't predict everything ahead of time. So there's a cost associated with that. Like, honestly, there's no 50-50 discussions out the window. A la poubelle.
Hi and welcome to Contour Image, and today is another video in Beauty Talk, and this is a new series that I am bringing to Contour Image here, and I appreciate you coming and watching and spending some time with me on some information that we will find over TikTok over what's called today beauty fatigue. So it's not that commonly known. I could only find so many videos that were specifically talking about beauty fatigue, but I think that's actually a good term to use because one of the things about being beautiful and the beauty industry is the constant upkeep and putting things together. And that was another reason why I actually wanted to start this channel and start my business was I do like beauty. I do like beauty products, and I do like to make myself and others feel beautiful. And I want to help educate people on how to take care of their skin and so forth. But how can we do it so it's more cost effective and it's not taking up so much of our time or money in the process? And so I think this is a good topic to discuss because if you're someone who is always making appointments, a lot of people will talk about it here in these videos today about like not just the time it takes, but also the money. And then it's like, you got your hair girl, your lash girl, your brow girl, your skincare girl, your nails, there's just one person after another, after another, after another. And the time it takes and just also making sure that they all connect together. If you have some event coming up, you want to make sure you got it all done before you go kind of thing. And it's just a lot. So I think women are starting to feel like the fatigue of like, oh, gosh, I have to do this now and I have to do that. So let's just watch the videos as we go and we'll discuss.
Let's talk about beauty maintenance fatigue. I saw this other creator talk about it, so I wanted to add my 2 cents. And I am actually over it. I've actually been over it for a very, very long time now. So for me, it started in high school. I was like the fashion beauty girly. All of my part-time money went on my hair, my nails, my makeup, my eyebrows, my clothes. I was in it. I dressed up every single day. I got best dressed in 12th grade, and it was such an accomplishment for me to get that. It continued on throughout college. I went to an HBCU in Atlanta, okay? And it was a fashion show every day. I don't know how it is now in Atlanta on campus, but back in the day, it was a fashion show. So again, I spent a lot of time when I should have been worrying about my grades and studying on like how was I going to look. And then around junior year, I was just tired, y'all. I was tired. I was tired of all the money I was spending. I was tired of the time I was spending on the weekends, like driving over here to get my hair done, then driving over there to get my nails done, then driving over here to get my eyebrow. It was just too much. So I gave up. Literally in my junior year, I gave up and I kind of like stopped giving up. And I currently still don't give up. So here's what my beauty routine is like now. I do my own hair. I only get my hair done maybe 2 or 3 times a year when I need to get a haircut. I get my eyebrows done maybe like once a month. I also get a pedicure done once a month. I rarely have my nails done. I'll keep my cuticles like trimmed and nice and oiled, but I rarely will spend time to go and get a gel manicure. Sometimes if it's like a really special occasion or I'm just like feeling extra girly, I'll do it, but most of the time it's just really plain. And then luckily I got laser hair removal done years ago, so that's covered. I saved so much time and so much money. And this is not me getting on anyone who's like all into that lifestyle. I actually wish I had the energy to do it. I just would rather be at home sleeping, truly, than being in a nail salon or like being in a hair salon getting my hair fixed. So to the girlies who are still in it, I see you, I salute you, but I think I'm just too old to care.
One of the things I did notice that she mentioned was that she did get laser hair removal. That for me would be like I would want that to be a priority for me because you know for that, as long as it's more permanent. Now I know in reality I think it's called permanent hair reduction because the lasers that they use get most of the hair, but you might always get 1 or 2 hairs that just don't take. There is another form of kind that will, I can't remember what it's called because I haven't looked it up again, but it's like a tweezer or two or something, and they literally go to the hair directly and they burn the root of that hair, which now that root cannot grow hair anymore. That would be ideal to use maybe after laser hair removal and you're still seeing a few hairs that come up. That is more permanent because you paid a big price, but you paid it once and it's pretty much done. Now, the unfortunate thing for me is even though I do have dark hair, and I know this is not my natural hair color, but I do naturally have dark hair as far as on the head. But when it comes to the rest of my face, or my body, I should say, including my eyebrows, which I put makeup on it today, so you can't tell. But just on the rest of my body, my arms, I have light skin, hair that grows. So I can't even do laser hair surgery or laser hair removal because one girl even said, who was at a school that was doing it, she even said, yeah, because you have to have pigmented hair and I don't have it dark enough. It blondes out. And she said sometimes if it's like that, it can actually do the opposite and make it worse and make you grow more hair. So I have never thought to entertain my arms, maybe my armpits and like my bikini line or something. But the rest, I'm just gonna have to live with my hair. Just thought I'd bring that up because I'm more of a long-term beauty solution kind of person, not something that you're just gonna spend frivolously and have to keep going every month or whatever to keep getting it done over and over and over again. I recently just did a lash video, so that would actually explain a little bit there too as to why I kind of find lashes a little extensive and something I wouldn't really want to spend money on either. So anyways.
Being a woman is too expensive and I've had enough. Like, I'm over it. Just for the regular day-to-day products, the amount of money that we have to spend for face wash, exfoliator, toner, moisturizer, those 4 alone, I could go to Rite Aid and spend $50. Like, oh, yeah. Hold on. Y'all see all of this? Y'all see all these products? This is just some of what was in those 2 drawers.
Yeah.
And you see this bag? This is full of products that either didn't work for me or that are expired. Oh, and we're not done. Hold on. I didn't even start to go through here and get rid of all the makeup that I don't need. And then let's get started on the body butters and then the perfumes that I have up there on that shelf. And then I have 2 drawers on this nightstand and 2 drawers on the other nightstand. I also, in my closet back here, have 2 bins that one has hair care products for my natural hair. One has hair care products for my weaves and my clip-ins and stuff like that. Then I also have a bin full of weave and clip-ins that I need to organize and categorize and put in Ziploc bags for storage. And then we're not even going to talk about the body washes and the exfoliator scrubs and the face washes and the toners and my moisturizers and my eye cream. I was not warned in advance that being a woman was going to cost this much money. And of course, some of it are luxuries that we don't have to pay. I don't have to get my nails done, but I'm a bad bitch when I do. I don't have to get my lashes done, but I'm a bad bitch when I do. I look good without it, but the enhancements enhance. You know what I'm saying? It's expensive. And then you want me to pay how much for rent? You want me to pay how much for food?
No.
Sir, I'm trying to maintain. I'm just trying to maintain. So even if me and a man make the same amount of money, sir, we don't make the same amount of money. There's no way. Because while men, I know a lot of men that have skincare routines and keep themselves together. If you have a monthly menstrual cycle, you're spending minimum $50 just on the upkeep of that. Then face wash, exfoliator, toner, moisturizer, minimum. Those 4 things will cost you $50 at the store. All I did was wash my face. I didn't do nothing else. Now we're talking about taking a shower. I need a specific type of body wash and a body exfoliator. And then I need a body butter for when I get out to keep the skin smooth like babies. I mean, and those 3 things alone. Another $50. Getting my hair done. Now see, that's expensive no matter what kind of woman you are. But speaking specifically as a black woman, why we need 15 products just to keep our natural hair where it's supposed to be? And then not to mention, if we want to give our natural hair a little bit of a break and do a protective style, oh baby, this ain't cheap. I'm tired. That's all I'm saying. I'm tired. And then I have plenty of male friends that'll be like, my girl takes so long getting ready, but you like the results. But you like the results, don't you? I know you like the results. You don't be complaining about how fly she look. Shut it up. Just for somebody to be like, we going 50-50 on dinner? The nerve. Who, me? What?
So, yeah. Now, I know she talked about a few different things there, and one of them being that somehow she was going to, it takes her, what did she say, like $50 or something for, like, when you have your menstrual cycle? I mean, I've been a very fortunate girl to not have that issue. This girl is a little bit of a higher upkeep, and I understand there are some parts to that, and everyone has their own beauty standards, and that's totally fine. She had a lot of stuff. How many of you actually have, like, you could relate to this woman with a bazillion things on the counter and in the drawers and everything? That is one of the things that I kind of want to help correct and help educate with people, is how to purchase products that you know are good for you, and that you're not just the stuff that she bought, because a lot of it, like she said, she had probably I didn't really see how many particular body butter she had, but she mentioned body butters. You know, there was more than one sitting there, and I know that there's times where I will buy one before I start running out, so I have the space of a few. But we got to stop impulse buying. And I know we live in a culture here in the US primarily where, you know, they've trained us. The United States in particularly has trained us to be consumers. And that's how we keep our money rotating and keeping an economy going here in the US. In other countries, that's not quite the same thing. But that's why everything is at the expense of ourselves. You know, we got to pay for insurance and pay the people are afraid to go to the emergency room or anything because they're afraid of the bill that's going to come later, and that's not right, you know. But they make us have to spend our money, and now in today's times where no one's paying any money for a job, and yet everything has just skyrocketed in prices. It's going to be a lot more difficult for people to either maintain their beauty standards on top of just being tired of maintaining it in the first place. But even if they want to, it's going to be much difficult, and they're going to have to probably start citing off for maybe cheaper products or just nothing at all. Now, I don't think you should not be taking care of yourself. I do. Obviously, we still got to bathe, of course, wash our hair and such. The bare essentials, correct? But, you know, like for me, part of my skincare thing is that I wanted to learn how to keep myself from aging. And while no matter what, you're always going to age, it's just the natural process, can I really slow it down? And understanding your skin and knowing what to do and knowing what products to use and how they work and what they're doing will greatly improve me aging and pulling back the time. A lot of people think I am younger than I really am. I don't know if in any of my videos I have said what my age was, but anyways, I'm getting a little bit off topic, which I tend to do. So I want to get back onto this.
But have y'all ever like thought about how much maintenance it actually requires to be a woman? Not only how much maintenance it requires to be a woman, but like how expensive it is to be a woman. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm starting, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or what, but I'm starting to like tally up all of the things I spend my money on when it comes to beauty maintenance, from pedicures, manicures, to people who are getting microblading, or your eyebrows done, or your lashes, or your hair, or blowouts, or tanning. Like, all of these things add up. I'm scared to add up how much money I've actually spent, even in just a month, on like beauty maintenance.
So that's the other thing is, I know the other lady mentioned earlier, I got a little distracted, but both these women had talked about not only the cost, obviously was a big deal, but just, I mean, they look really nice. They have, you can tell these girls have got everything, you know, they keep up with themselves. They look nice. They look, you know, symmetrical, which is what beauty is supposed to do for you. And yet, I do have another video that will be coming out soon. It's another beauty talk, and it's going to be about, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to title it, but it's basically how men say they don't like, they want a natural girl. They don't like a girl with a bunch of makeup, but yet, like as the other one said earlier, but you like the results. You know, they don't realize how much time and effort women put into themselves in order to look nice and good and pleasing. And I know as far as beauty, we love beauty. A lot of us like beauty. We like to do it. I like it. It is a lot of time. And to let you know, since I've moved to Arizona, I really honestly I don't make up my face at all, really, ever. I don't want to spend the time, and every time I use my makeup, it's money. It's another day closer to having to buy, you know, another foundation or powder or eyeshadow or something. So I don't really do it that often, as much as I would love to. When living in California, it was like the thing to do, and I was totally fine with it. But here it's like, it's just different. So anyways, let's continue.
I don't know if I like it.
What do you mean you don't know if you like it?
So there was music in the back, so that's why I had to cut it out. But, you know, the whole thing that women deal with every day.
Nothing could have prepared me for the amount of upkeep it takes to be a woman in adulthood. This past weekend, I broke my nail right before my black tie event, and any other time, I would just rush out to get it fixed. I'm not doing it. I'm tired. I already ran around getting everything done, and it was last minute as it was. And I'm right now about to go and get my new set, and I'm dragging my feet even to do that, but just constant appointments. And the question is, why is this the standard?
Do y'all ever get overwhelmed with the amount of maintenance it takes to be a woman? Like, I'm so overwhelmed. Hair done, nails done, lashes done. You gotta get a wax. You gotta get your eyebrows done. You gotta get your feet done. Like, it is so overwhelming being a woman, just trying to maintain and make sure that you're put together. In the mornings, it takes me forever to get ready because I'm doing all these things. And I just cannot imagine if I was going into work, I would be late every day because I would be taking forever to get ready just to make sure that I'm well put together. But the kicker to that is you're doing all of this maintenance and you like, oh girl, yeah, I got my lashes done, I got my hair done, I got my wax, period. Just for 3 weeks later to be dusty again. Like, it is ridiculous. And then men, all they have to do is get a haircut. That's it.
Yeah.
And they skin be over here looking flawless and you be like, dang, what you do to your skin? They be talking about, I just use soap and water. Like, Boy, shut up. Meanwhile, we over here watching TikTok videos on new products to make our skin glow and anti-aging creams, and we got all these products that we're using. It just can feel overwhelming. It's like, dang, I have so much to do to just keep myself up, and I have to do these things like every 2 to 3 weeks if I don't want to look dusty and I actually care about my appearance. And don't add in the fact that if you're a makeup girly, or if you're a jewelry girly, or if you like clothes, you know, you have to have a different variety. You have to have clothes for work, you have to have clothes for running errands if you want to be cute, clothes to go out in, clothes to go to like brunch in, or like cookouts. Like, you have to have a lot of things. And then you have to have perfume, jewelry girl like me, and it starts to add up. It starts to get expensive, and it's just overwhelming. It's like, dang, I got to keep finding all these outfits. Winter coming up, I got to find new cute outfits and style them. And sis, I am exhausted. Like, am I the only one who feels this way? Like, please comment and let me know how you feel, because yeah, this is tiring.
So yeah, that was the other thing about being chronically late. Like, if it's going to take you so long to get ready, get up earlier. That's something that bothers me. I'm a person that is on time. Like, I'm usually early too. Being on time is practically being late to me. But then you got people that are always late and they're chronically late, and it does bother me. That is something that, it's an etiquette problem. You know, sometimes you're on other people's time and you're making them wait. That's not okay. If it doesn't do well in business, then it doesn't do well anywhere else. You know, like, people are expecting you to be on time, as they said. I know in some countries, and I really don't understand this, I don't understand it at all, but in some countries it's like, oh, you say be there at 5, that really means 7. You know, I don't know where that comes from. I don't get it. I haven't actually looked to see what the culture is there. It could be just because women really jazz themselves up, and it's like, be there at 5 means start getting ready at 5 and then show up. But here in the US, we are literally, the way we work is time, for sure. And it is, you need to be there at 8, you know, be there at 8, if not be a little sooner.
You ever decided that you didn't want to be a baddie anymore? You just decided you were going to have a moment of, I'm not doing that, because it's exhausting. The hair, the nails, the skin, the makeup. It's a lot. It's a full-time job. So you have a few weeks where you become elderly because you need a break from the routine and the maintenance. Like, sometimes I look back at my old stuff, I'm like, wow, you were such a glam queen. And then I look at me now, and my makeup is a lot more toned down. The hair is even toned down. Everything is toned down a little bit. And it's because truth is, I'm tired.
Yeah. I wonder what she looked like prior to this.
Trying to keep your hair and nails done and your skin clear and your weight at a nice, reasonable size. Like, struggling between how cute you used to be and what's your new look and what's your new style, or do I want to go back to my old style? I'm fighting for my life, trying to keep myself up and be a bad bitch like how I used to be. But I don't know if I still have the energy. Like, it's too much. It's too much.
And this was just a clip. It did have some music, so it is silent. So I'll kind of talk over it. But it's obvious, like, the beauty standards of all time, really, is that women, you know, the industry has always told us, oh, this is what's in, like, in this case, you know, little nose and this and that to make herself. And then this is almost like our time today with the, you know, having to do all that. And you go in and you pay all this money and you get all this surgery to have all this happen and work and done. And then it's like, all of a sudden, oh, so that's what's in. I got to go and pay for this and all of this. And then they start, you know, doing all this. And so now they're in the times, you know, but and then, you know, and you're just spending all this time, all this money on everything. And I mean, talk about beauty fatigue. It's just constant go, 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 go. And it makes money here primarily in the US. So you need to know, are you going to be the person who's kind of do I want to say well, I don't know. I don't really want to get into it, but you just, the whole cycle. And then you see this girl, like her body's tired, like her eyes and everything, and she's doing all this just to be in style and whatever is beautiful, and she's basically ruining herself, and she's gone crazy. And then in the very end, it's all about being natural and beautiful, but yourself again, all over again. So it just, I don't want to feel like I'm judging anyone here. If you're someone who does all these things and have put in surgery and everything else on top of it, but I hate to say it, but the beauty industry almost looks at you, probably looks mostly at all of us as women in this case, just, what's the word I'm looking for? Like fools. I don't know, because we're giving our hard-earned money for their profit's sake. And they're just gonna switch it when they're like, we gotta beat up sales. And sometimes they actually know it will take a time period for something to catch on, and once it kind of goes out, it's going to take a while before people are like, oh, it's now in. So I'm a kind of person that's like, beauty is always in, and the whole idea of saying beauty is in the eye of the beholder isn't quite true, because who is the beholder? Is it really you, or is it the industry? And being natural and symmetrical, I think, is always in. And what I mean by symmetrical is, makeup and hair is supposed to help make your face symmetry, which is what is beauty. And that's another reason why I have things like the golden ratio, which I do want to speak about on some videos as well. I haven't really gotten to it. There's a lot of detail and a lot of things I have to do on this channel and on my website. But it is something that you need to understand in order for you to understand a little bit about yourself and really what beauty is. Because I really do believe that's always going to be in, Not everyone can be a blonde. If they start saying, oh, blonde hair's in, you're going to see some people wearing blonde that doesn't look good on them. And I'm going to say that's not in if it doesn't look good on you. Blonde would never look good on me. I need darkness. I need some dark hair. That's just the way it is for my genes and my genetics. And just the skin tone that I have. That also talks about body shape and body type as well, is what kind of clothing actually works for your body type to make you look symmetrical. So that's just a little bit of information as far as the golden ratio idea and really what I think beauty really is. And you need to know how to work with what you have to make yourself beauty. You don't need to spend $1 bazillion with the trending ideas of the time. So, because guess what? You're gonna get fatigued over it. Eventually, you're so done. And like one lady said, she's like, do you ever become, what did she say, elderly for a few weeks? Like, you're just like, I'm just not gonna do it anymore right now. I am tired. I just wanna loaf out a bit, do my job, do whatever I need to do the bare minimum as far as making myself up and making my hair. I'm gonna throw my hair back in a ponytail, which I can't do because I have short hair. That's the sucky part. But what I have been doing is putting on a hat. That's my elderly state when I do it. So anyways, before we end this video, I always have to put in a little giggle. So this was something I found. Now in this one real quickly, I had to kind of shut off the volume because there was a song. So I just kind of let the last bit be in there just to kind of give you an idea. And of course, as you see, there's this woman here that's like how we think beauty really is. Okay, like, oh, she's just on her bed putting on lotion. So here it is. So I just had to say that because it was just so funny, because that's what people think beauty is like, you're like, oh, I'm just enjoying myself on a bed. And then she's like, yeah, but like, this is what it really looks like. I look like a nut. Wearing face masks that aren't very pretty. If your boyfriend or husband were to walk in, they'd be like, ah. And it's like, what? So anyways, thank you so much for joining me here at Contour Image. I do have more videos that I will be doing on beauty talk, as well as other videos that I have already made for things like my nails and some design and everything like that. Again, thank you again for showing up here at Contour Image, and just remember to stay beautiful for life.